Matthew Berry. Yeah, there was another 13 or 14-year-old dude that raced with us. He was in the endurance team. I think it was 14. And there was this, like, oh, I have to do homework, and it was funny. Uh, yeah, you should get. That's funny. No, cards is like 18, right? Yeah. Yeah, but that would be funny. It's like, hey, bedtime, let's go. All right, so I'm gonna comment. I'm gonna make a party for myself because I'm like that, and then I'll comment and I'll post a link and we'll see what happens. I have no idea if this is gonna work, but at least I get to watch the race. All right, and I will root with no shame for my teammate. So just so you guys know, nothing against all of you, but he's right there. Oh, heavy fog. Hey, Arrow. Long time I don't see you on track. How's it going? Yeah, I think so. It was the update on the system that wasn't allowing me to log on. Now I think it's all good. What? Yeah. Completely against the rules, man. Yeah, there we go. I'm gonna go to a party, so I'm not gonna hear you guys, and whatever you say is not gonna show up on the broadcast. So, do you guys really want to race with me talking over it? That's gonna be shit. I'm gonna start yelling before the braking zones, like brake, 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 give it a crash. That's not gonna be good. not gonna be nice. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Later, fools. Alright, so this is the start of qualifying for our race night in October 26, 2016 at Oshirlizlibin. That's a hard one. We have 10 drivers on track, and we are going to proceed to qualifying to determine the order for the 45-minute race that will follow. Here's Matt, newcomer to the league, first night out. Stimpy. Mike Loban still in the pits, also. Great Lakes. My teammate, go, go, go. Aero getting out of the pits. The race is going to start at night, so this is going to be interesting. Fog is on the weather forecast. This is Chad, winner of last week, when we raced at Hockenheim, the classic. Jackson, Racer, and Sketty, who had a monster end of the race with Chad for the win. It was very good. And Alex O'Neill, one of the founders of our league. And that is everyone who is racing. And as we can see in the timing screen, no one has completed a lap yet. And obviously we are racing the Lotus Type 40. Here it is, and oh, it's glory. Old car, brakes tend to fade. Tires are not great, but supremely fun to drive. I think we're going to keep this view for a little bit so we can get a sense of the cars and the track. Stimpy is back in his pit box. Mike is on track. Let's see how he's doing. Great Lakes, here's the man we will be rooting for with no shame. Arrow also starting his first flying lap. Chad is back in the pits. Jackson is on track. Racer is following Sketty around the turn that is called a hotel, which is turn 1 and 2. Alex is in the S's. It's the shell curve and the Aman curve. They form the S's. Right here, as we can see, Alex is just on the shell curve, then the Aman curve. Next up is going to be the Bauer curve, this right-hander right here, which will lead to the Zeppelin curve and to the start-finish straight. Here he comes with a time of 1:38.961. Braking for Hotel, which is this complex right here, the right-hander, and immediately the 270-degree right-hander. Oh, that's a little bit of an off, and back to the pits. So we're going to pick up Racer. 147, oh, this is me. Matt is in the garage. Timpy, that's fine. Here it is, Great Lakes, coming into the S's. Shell curve, Aman curve is going to be the next one, the left-hander. There we go. Now the Bauer, then the Zeppelin, and off we go into the straight. Chad also with no time. So we have so far Sketty with a 1:38.0 is the current best time. Arrow comes second with a 38.7. Alex O'Neill has a 38.9. Those are the three fastest times so far. We can get rid of this track map. This is Getty, our current leader, and we're going to ride on board with him for a little bit. Oh, there we go. There we go. He is going, let's do one lap with our current leader. This is the start-finish straight. He's coming up to finish his lap. Does not improve the 38.0515. Downshifts, left-hander at hotel, then the 270 degree. He is now going to tackle Hasselrode holder, which is going to be a 180 degree corner. A little bit wide right there, but here we go. Now he's going to take the triple, which is very interesting left-handed corner. Here we go. 1, 2, and 3, which leads straight into turn 4. Nameless, apparently. Which will take him into Bilstein and McDonald's, which is going to be right there. Back straight. Now coming into the S's. Shell curve and Ammon curve. That's a nice apex right there. Again. There we go. Now getting ready for Bauer and Zeppelin, which will end the lap. And that is one lap at this particular hard to pronounce track. I butchered it enough, no need to do it again. That is much better, that would be a 37.458, currently leading by over a second. I think he's satisfied with his current pace, so we're gonna pick up Arrow, which is currently sitting in second. Oh, Chad just pushed Arrow to third. Chad with a 38.0. Arrow still with a 38.7, and Alex with a 38.9. There's Sketty, stop right there. So far we have Mike Loban, who's sitting in 6th place with the fastest sector one time. Chad Baseball has a fastest 2nd sector. And 3rd sector will be by Sketty. Interesting that the fastest time has only one best sector so far. Yes, Arrow just got dropped to 4th because Mike Loban just turned a 38.4 as we come up to 6.5 minutes to go in qualifying. We're riding on board with Arrow. Going through McDonald's, down the back straight. Coming up to the S's, we can change views and look at the Lotus. Barreling down. And here we go to the S's, nice apex, and almost there, and here we go. Sketty is still holding the lead. That's Arrow straight into the pits. Loban is still on track. Chad is also on track, still with a 38.0. Loban has a 38.4. And that will be McDonald's. Down the back straight he will go. A lot of curb there, using all the track space. shift into the shell curve, then Avon curve. Nice. Again, losing all the track, and off he goes. Mike Loban sitting in third with a 38.4. Alex O'Neill is still out. Great Lakes is in the pits. Stimpy is out. He currently sits in 7th place with a 40.8. And we can ride on board with our still leader, Sketty, with a 37.4, currently the best time. And that will not do wonders for that particular lap. So let's see what Chad is doing. Still sitting on a 38.2020. Here he is, coming out of McDonald's. Down the back street he goes. Oh no, this is McDonald's, and now down the back street he goes. There we go. So the order as we come up to 2 minutes and 45 seconds to go is still Sketty, Chad, Mike Loban, Arrow, Alex O'Neill, Great Lakes, Stimpy, Matt, Jackson, and Racer. It's about that time where whoever is not on track will have trouble getting a lap in, so I think that's going to be about it. We have 4 cars on track. Have another car coming out, so we're gonna have 5 cars for that last gasp of qualifying. Chad is still chasing Sketty's time. He is sitting in the pits. A Alan Prost move of do your best lap and sit in the pits and see who can beat you. Arrow's still on track, trying to improve on his position. Stimpy as well, and Matt as well. Racer's coming out. That will not be time enough for another lap. And this is me, obviously not doing anything. So we're gonna sit with Chad as he comes up to his final attempt. Let's see if that pole position will change hands as we come up to 1 minute to go. Chad does improve to a 37.8, but that is still not enough, so it looks like pole position will remain with Sketty. That is a nice display. Let's see who else is on track. Matt's on track. He will have time for another lap. Jackson no, so that is our last qualifier, so let's ride on board with him. Currently, he sits in 8th with a 41.1 as his best time, and that is not going to be an improvement, so that is it for qualifying. Our grid will come up right here. So Sketty, Chad, and Mike Loven with the first spots. It's a healthy advantage by Sketty. Now we have this time, which is a warm-up, so people can get their pit strategies correct. So we make sure no one will be surprised when they pit, because again, this is a 45-minute race, and therefore this car will not last with fuel and tires for 45 minutes. So at least one pit stop. Some people will try to run 2, and therefore they'll be able to push more, but we'll see who tries that particular strategy. We do not need to watch people warming up, so we'll just stay right here for the duration of the warm-up. Again, we have coming up a 45-minute race in the Lotus Type 40. We are just coming up now to the warm-up, so we're gonna get the start of race number 1. Race number 2 will come directly after race number 1 in a quick break, and it will be reverse grid, so we will get the reverse of the finishing order, and that's how we'll start. But because Project Cars did not implement that particular feature, the way we do it is we start and form the reverse grid on track, do a rolling start after the first lap, and we're off for 45 minutes of racing. Although that first lap will count towards the time. This particular race has a ×5 time progression. The tire wear is at ×4, and the weather forecast is clear to heavy fog, so that should make the end of the race very, very interesting. As we come up to 2 minutes, everyone is again setting their pit strategies, making sure everything is correct. They have the correct tune on the car, and we are going to be ready to roll. Should be a good race. In qualifying, we had Sketty and G30 7-minute mark. So we shall see what these two can get up to during the race. But there is a glut of racers coming up behind them, and with this car, a little bit of an error is never far behind, and any error in this track can be hard to recover, especially when we're considering the turn 1 after the start. That should make things very interesting, since it is a short left-handed followed by a 270-degree corner to the right. So that should make for a very, very interesting start. And we are about 1 minute away from that start, and we get to see what will go down at that particular turn 1. This car is a handful for anyone that has not driven it in Project Cars yet. It has a tendency to want to step out on you, so throttle control is vital here. And when we're talking about our first lap with everyone coming out of the grid, that should be a very interesting proposition, and that is what we're gonna have right now as we are ready to go. The grid will form and we'll be on for 45 minutes of racing. All right. The grid is formed. I cannot get out of here, really? All right. Everyone is off, and here we go. Sketty gets away clean. Mike Loban comes after Arrow. Matt is, oh, there we go. That's a safe turn 1. Everyone is true. Chad had some sort of problem and is lagging behind. We're going to pick up with our current leaders, Getty. He's being followed by Mike Loban as they come. Here we go. That is everybody safely through. Arrow is close behind, as we can see in this particular shot. The leading group is, oh, that someone was stepping out. Oh, there we go. There's a little bit of contact, but this car can take it. Oh, then there we go. We have our first incident, and here we go. There's my teammate, holding now in 6th place. There we go. Beautiful. Nicely done there. Oh, and some cones are dead. That tends to happen. Sketty is holding on to the lead as he comes down the M1 curve for the first time. He will complete the first lap. He has a healthy 1.5 second gap to Mike Loban, who is currently in 2nd place, being chased rather closely by Aero Light. Sketty now opens a healthy lead. He turns a 144.4, and here comes Mike Loban. Down the pit straight they come. Sketty is safely away. Decent advantage. Another good fight that we have is Stimpy and Jackson. They are running very close. Stimpy with a little bit of a step up right there. Jackson takes advantage to get a little bit closer, and they're going down that little straight that leads onto Hasselholder, the 180-degree corner they are about to take right now. We have another good battle as Alex O'Neill chases down Matt. Let's ride on board a little bit with Alex. Let's see how that... Oh, and that's the position taken. Matt makes a little bit of a mistake. Oh boy, my teammate is also on the grass. That is not good at all for him, but he will recover. This car is a handful once you get in the grass. It's not easy. There is Jackson taking over for Stimpy. Nice move by Jackson. Matt is currently running a little bit alone, but let's join Arrow as he chases Mike Loban for P2. They are taking the Zeppelin curve right now. They will go down the straight. There we go. Oh, Arrow had a chance there, but Loban quickly closed the door on him. Let's see how that develops. He is still half a second behind, which in this car is one wrong braking like this, and there we go. He is tucked in nicely behind. A little bit of patience as we're going to have a straight right here. There we go. Loban manages to hold on to his position. Nicely done. That is currently the closest fight we have on track right now. There goes Arrow, still tucked nicely behind Mike Loban, pressuring him. And that pressure looks to be getting him places because Loban was a little bit out of shape there. Arrow took care and did not attack. Meanwhile, our leader is safely and very peacefully away, currently sitting on a 5.4 second lead, as we can see it right here. No, we can't see. This doesn't show any of the gaps. This is delightful. Oh, that is a little bit of a mistake by Mike, and Arrow is closing in behind him. Here we go. As they get ready to take Zeppelin. Let's move a little bit here. There we go. Oh, that was a missed opportunity. And while they're fighting, Alex is closing in with a 39.128. That is a good lap. Sketty is sitting on the fastest lap of the race with 138.0, which was his last lap. Currently purples sector 1 and 3. Chad, who is recovering, is now sitting in 5th place, has the best sector 2, and is the only one to... Oh, no. I stand corrected. Chad is still a little bit far away, as we can see. He sits 9 seconds away, but Alex is closing in. Arrow cannot seem to move past Mike Loban, and meanwhile, Sketty is getting away. Oh, that was horrible. He is currently with a more than 6 second lead, so he is safely away in P1. This little battle here, however, is getting interesting. Alex is sitting at 1 second behind, but he is closing in. Last time around, he took 1 second out of Arrow and 8/10ths out of Mike, so he is getting into this fight very, very soon. As we come up to Zeppelin and another completed lap. Arrow again cannot get past Mike Loban there. That's not close enough. Look at that, not close enough to move. And Alex is now within a second. Yep. There we go. He is right in that fight. See, that car wants to step out on you. You have to be careful. And Mike Loban is taking advantage to get away a little bit. Yep, he has now more than 1 second advantage. So this is good news for Mike Loban that Alex is right behind Arrow. There we go. We have now a nice 3-way battle. And we also, back here for 7th and 8th. Oh, and as I say that, Jackson is out. But Great Lakes, my man, is now, oh, there we go, 7th. He inherits that spot and is now closing up on Matt, who is just right ahead, 3 seconds down the road. Let's go, mate. There we go, solid work. With those 2 mistakes, we have, now Great Lakes has a healthy advantage over P8 and P9. We just lost 1 racer. Actually, we lost the racer, named racer. He just disconnected. That is a shame. Meanwhile, down the front, Alex has lost a little bit of ground, but Arrow still tucked in behind Mike, but without being able to do anything about it. They are lapping at a very similar pace, 38.8 for both of them last time around, but no dice for Arrow to get around him. Meanwhile, Sketty is increasing his lead. He is now 8 seconds down the road from Mike Lobin, sitting on a 37.9 as his last lap. So he is pulling away. No one is troubling him. He looks to be in good shape as we come up to 10 minutes of this race. Still Arrow within 1 second of Mike. Oh, and that's a mistake. That's the mistake Alex wanted. He takes P3. And Chad is now approaching. And Arrow has all to do again as Alex is now P3. 4 seconds adrift from Mike, who, by the way, can now focus on trying to hunt down Sketty, who has had a very peaceful race. No one troubled him at the start, and now he has a very clear track. He's taking advantage of that, turning good lap after good lap, and has now a 8-second advantage. Now the field is a little bit spread out, although we do have Stimpy right behind Jackson right here. That is the closest fight we have so far at the moment. Jackson had a poor lap last time around, so Stimpy could possibly take advantage of that. So we'll see how this particular battle develops as we get to 34 minutes to go. Stimpy a little bit wide though, but still in contact, less than a second behind Jackson. Oh, that's not good at all. That is not good. With that, Matt comes out of the pits. And Stimpy. Jackson is cleared. That's my man right there. Still doing his thing. Arrow still chasing Alex, currently sitting 3 seconds behind. Alex sitting 5 seconds behind Lobin. And Sketty, here's our leader. Nicely done. Let's ride on board with him and see what he's doing on one lap around this particular track. He is coming up on that 180-degree left-hander. This is an important corner. We've seen a couple of mistakes here. That's solid. No danger there. He's going to get to the triple now, which is interesting. Fast left-hander with 3 apexes. That's 1. That's 2. And he's coming up to 3, which is followed straight up by turn 4. He's going to get into Bilstein and McDonald's. And then down the back straight he will go, still sitting pretty now with a 10-second lead. This is turning into a great race for Sketty. He looks to be completely in control. Take it easy, no sense in pushing. He's just taking it nice, safely around the track. And this looks like another solid lap. Yep. Still increasing his lead, 10.1 seconds ahead now. Nicely done. Didn't upset the car right there. Now let's get 270-degree corner. Nicely done. Another great apex right there. Ready to absolute domination of this race so far. Here is Mike Logan. And we can see the headlights of Alex coming right there, and Arrow. Both of them trying to remain in contact with Mike Logan, who is also doing a very solid job. And we just lost another racer. This is turning into a slightly troubling phenomenon. Here's Chad still chasing down Arrow. The last time around took 1 second out. He sits 3.5 seconds behind Chad at the moment. Let's see our leader. And there you go. He's still safely in front. He's turning a very regular laps. Just maintaining his lead. He still has a 10-second lead over P2. Actually, 11 seconds right now. Just jumped. Because Sketty just turned a 37.784. Very close to his fastest lap of the race. That's a nice job by him. The tires are probably starting to get a little bit degraded, so we'll see what is his plan as we have now under 30 minutes to go. So 1/3 of the race gone, and Sketty is safely in the lead. There we go. This car is a handful, as you can see. It is not to be trifled with. Push it too far, it will step on you. You have to treat it gently. This is not a lot of downforce and good sticky tires. This is old-fashioned. Look at that. That is a safe pair of hands taking that car around the track. Nicely done. He is now sitting on a 12-second advantage, so this is turning into a beautiful race for Sketty. He will soon have a pit window. Although the pit lane here is very long. That is his best and overall best lap of the race. That's a 37.2. Brilliant job. That is better than qualifying, although the track progression in this game is pretty substantial, so that is usually to be expected. As Sketty is keeping ahead, we have Logan 13 seconds behind. We have Alex 6 seconds behind Logan. And we have Arrow about 3 seconds behind Alex. And we also have the charging Chad, now P5 and within sight of Arrow. He has not reproduced his best lap for qualifying yet, but considering how much he is charging through the field, his tires are probably taking a beating, a way bigger beating than what Sketty, our current leader, is suffering. So we'll see how that affects pit strategy. But Chad is mercilessly closing down Arrow. 2 seconds behind now. And now under 2 seconds, 1.8. I think in a couple laps he's going to get there. And Arrow makes a slight block, gets locked right there, into the shelter. And you can see Arrow and Alex out in the distance as Chad continues his monstrous charge. He was, as you remember, last at the start. We did not see what happened because I was quitting, retiring to the pit box. but he was last by a large margin. And there we go. He now gets down into the 37s, so he's the second racer to do that. Sketty has been turning 37s for a little while, so that takes Chad into 1.5 behind Arrow, who is now 1 second behind Alex. So we're about to have a three-way fight for P3. Let's see how long it takes Chad to get into that, but let's ride with Arrow because he is now chasing down and closing in. He is now under half a second behind Alex, trying to take back the P3 that was his, as you remember, and he made a mistake right here a few laps ago. As we're gonna come up to 25 minutes to go, so we're gonna have 20 minutes gone. I think we're looking at one stoppers because we are about to get to halfway down the race. There we go. Alex has cleared a little bit out of Arrow, but Chad is right there, so we have a nice three-way fight. Let's see what Chad can do here after the Zeppelin curve. Let's see if he gets... Ooh, that was a slight wobble by Alex. This could be Arrow's chance. Let's see what he does. Nope. That was a nice recovery by Alex. He is still P3 as Chad closes down. Will he stick his nose there? Nope. Another wobble by Alex. Arrow is right there. There we go. We're gonna get some action right there into the straight. And that is Alex out into the grass, and Chad will get P4. And there's contact. And there we go. Alex just recovered P3. Nicely done. Pushes Arrow a little bit and keeps going. This is a nice one. Chad with a slight contact into Arrow just opened the door to Alex to recover that P3 he lost as he stepped onto the grass right in after McDonald's coming into the back straight. And here we go. Arrow is right there. We're gonna get some action right there. This is Bilstein and now McDonald's and the back straight. Let's see who gets better traction out of this corner. It looks like Alex will survive. Nicely done, mate. Yep, but they're still all in a bunch. All within 1 second. And there goes Arrow. Nicely done. That was a good attempt as Alex made the slight mistake. You can see the damage on Arrow's car right there on the left side. After that bump from Chad. Here we go. Let's see who gets traction. Come on. That's a little bit of a wobble by Alex again, but Arrow cannot take advantage. Chad pits. He is pitting. That's our first leader in the pits. Well, lead group, I should say. But here comes Arrow. He now has no one harassing him from behind. I guess Chad had his tires were pretty shredded. That was a hard charging first stint by Chad. He came out in P2 at the start, dropped down to P10 and was P5 right there. That was a lot of ground to cover. But let's resume. There's Arrow still within 1 second of Alex, but still unable to do anything about it. This is a hard track to overtake, as we can see right here. And we are coming up. We are now into this second half of the race. Just as a update, Chad is out of the pits and he is still P5. So that was good. He had a pit window into P6, which is my man, Great Lakes. Here's Arrow, still P4. Let's check in with Loban, who is also pitting. Sketty keeps going, but Loban is now pitting. I do not think he has a pit window into Alex, who also pits, and Arrow also pits. Everyone is pitting. That leaves Chad to take advantage. Let's see if he can. be a little too far behind, but we shall see. Mike stopped. There's Great Lakes and Matt right there. Jackson also pitting. Oh, that's me. There's Mike Loban coming out. Arrow should release very soon. Let's see what happens. Here comes Chad. He's gonna get right in the thick of it. Oh, Arrow just got cut, undercut by... Oh no, wait, Alex was in front, and that's Arrow, and this is Chad. They are going to be right on top of each other again. Here comes Chad. He can see them right there in the distance on your left, exiting the pits. He is right with them, but his tires are nice and toasty. Let's see if he can do anything about this. He has 4 seconds to make up on Arrow, who has about 1 second and a half. 1.8 into Alex, so that was good pit strategy by Alex, who had a faster pit stop. He increased his lead. Arrow was under a second behind him, and now he is 2, so good work. That's my man, Great Lakes. Nicely done. Matt also coming right behind him, and Jackson coming out of the Zeppelin curve right there to finish his 15th lap. Good job. Let's see what is going on in this fight. Alex holding his own. Oh, that's a little bit of a mistake by Arrow. Let's see if Chad can make up some ground. Yes, he can. He's now 3 seconds behind. He is coming. With that, Alex has a little bit of a breathing room, as Loban also has tons of space. He now has a 10-second advantage almost into Alex. So that's a good cushion. While our leader continues to just plow ahead. This has been a fantastic race so far for Sketty. Here's Alex and here's Arrow. He lost a little bit of contact, and with that, he is falling into the hands of Chad. There goes Arrow in the distance. He is closing in. With a 38.7 last lap around. That was a good lap. Chad is the only one that has a clean lap because Arrow, Alex, and Logan, all of them pitted. Alex had the best strategy because his last lap was a 2:11, while Mike and Arrow had 2:13s. So good work by Alex. Let's just hope he has enough fuel. If that math is correct, that was 2 seconds that he got free. And now he is clear. He has 2.8 seconds from Arrow, although he is about 10 seconds adrift from Mike. He is about 17 seconds behind Sketty. Let's check the map to see how this is going. There we go. That's Sketty in our map right there. Here's the arrow. Then we can see Loban right there. So this is turning to, this is a healthy advantage by Sketty. Nicely done. Over 36.4 so far as his best lap. This is brilliant. He has pitted, by the way. So this is now the dash to the finish. We have 17 minutes to go, and Sketty looks untouchable right now. 17 seconds ahead of P2. Driving nice and easy under control. This looks like a win. But still 16 minutes and change to go, so we'll see. Here comes Loban right through the Bilstein and McDonald's, and he's going down back straight. There is in the distance, we can see Sketty. Healthy lead. Alex is still being chased by Arrow, but not as close anymore. He's 3 seconds adrift. And who do we have here? This is Chad making the move. Let's see, they're racing down to Shell. Arrow loses a little bit of ground. There goes Chad. Let's see, nicely done. He takes P4. That's another position gained on his recovery. Arrow has lost a little bit of ground from Chad. Chad is chasing hard. He is 2.5 seconds behind Alex. I think if he continues last lap round, he took 2 seconds out of Alex, so he should have that. And in this lap, he took 1.6, so this is a hard pace by Chad. Let's see what he can do now. Let's check on Arrow. He has dropped a little bit. He has 1.4 seconds to make up on Chad, who is 2.5 seconds behind Alex, who is 7 seconds behind Mike Logan, who is 20 seconds behind Sketty. That's a little bit of a mistake by Chad. That opens the door for Alex to open a 2.5 seconds lead again. Let's see if Chad can make up this ground. Arrow has definitely lost contact with Chad, so now we have a straight up fight for P3. Chad is chasing hard. Last time around, he took 1.6 seconds out of Alex. So let's see what he can do this time around. As they go down Shell and Almond Curve, they will get into Zeppelin very soon, and then down the main street they will charge, and we will see what kind of laps both of them have run. But we can see on the visual Chad is much closer. That is within 1 second. And here we go. Alex turns a 39.4. Chad does a 37.7. So that is a healthy chunk of time that Chad has taken out of Alex. He is now in the fight for the podium position, last podium position. And was that Mike Logan in the distance? Yes, it was. Alex is 5.5 seconds behind, so I think Logan probably had a little bit of a moment there, because he is now 24.5 seconds behind Sketty. This could turn into a 3-way fight, and oh, that's Alex going a little bit wide. Chad is right there. Let's see what goes on here. Oh, and Chad also goes a little bit wide and loses a little bit of contact, but they are still chasing. He is still chasing hard after Alex, and this is where he put the move on Arrow. Let's see if he tries that again. Not close enough. But this car will get a decent tow, so if he can stand on those brakes, which is not advisable because these are crap brakes. There goes Alex. Oh, he's being chased hard by Chad now. That little bit of a burning tire right there. Right on the shell curve. Let's see. Oh, he is close. If he gets good traction out of this corner, this could be it. This could be P3. That will not happen as they turn very similar laps. Chad with a slight time difference. Oh, that was a... Who is that coming up? I think that should be Matt. Nope, that is not Matt. Oh, so who was that? Oh, anyway, this is Alex. Could that be Mike Logan? Yes, it is. He had a little bit of an off at turn 1, so this is now a 3-way fight. Alex is now 2.5 seconds behind Logan, and Chad is right there as they come into triple. They will get into triple, then turn 4, and then soon they will be in the back straight. Oh, Chad is... Oh, there we go. That was a little bit of an attempt, but Alex was having none of that, but he has a little bit of an off, and Chad is P3. that little bit of an off there cost him the speed. And there goes Chad, still charging hard. Alex will try to make that place up, but I don't know. Chad was turning slightly faster laps all through that last stint, so I think Chad is now going to get to chase Mike Libbon, who had a couple of bad laps right now. He could be suffering from brakes. This car is known for its brake problems. The brakes will fade after a little bit, and this is, although this is probably the hardest braking area of the track, we have high-speed corners and still have a lot of braking zones, so we'll see who has them at the end. There goes Chad. He is 2 seconds behind Loban. This could turn into an interesting fight as we're coming up on 10 minutes to go. Let's see. Yes, Alex has lost a little bit of ground. He had a 2-second difference in the last lap almost. That was a 1.9 difference, so that means he lost contact with this fight for P2. Chad is still charging hard. He has, last time around, taken out 2.5 seconds out of Loban. And he sits now 1.3 behind as they're coming up on traffic. So this could get very interesting. Oh, Loban touches the grass a little bit. This could be dangerous. This car does not react well to grass. But here they come. They're coming up on traffic. This could be interesting, depending on where they hit that traffic. Because that middle part of their track is quite tricky to overtake, even if you're coming up on a back marker who will let you through. That will get in the way of your normal line. But it looks like Loban will catch that back marker right. Oh, that's perfect. Nicely done. That was Jackson. That was nicely done, Jackson. But Chad is chasing hard. He sits within half a second as they get to triple, and they will now hit turn 4 right after the last leg of triple. This is turn 4. Chad is looking to make a move as we have less than 8.5 minutes to go. The time is now. Oh, that is all it takes. Mike makes the costly mistake, and he will also lose P3 to Alex, who is now in the podium. And Arrow is still right there. So this is Chad nicely, safely into P2, but with no time to chase Sketty, who is 30 seconds ahead. Nice and clear. Here comes Alex, now still recovering. But this was nice. He took advantage and now sits in a podium position. Now let's see what Mike can do about this. That was a costly mistake. Are under 7.5 minutes to go. Let's see who has brakes and tires left to fight. Let's see. Mike is, although he had a bad lap last time around, he looks to be charging for that P3. He does not want to lose that particular podium spot. Let's see if Alex can hold on. 7 minutes to go. This is go time, and Arrow is also chasing hard. He is within 1 second of that fight for P3. Oh, Mike seems to be suffering a little bit from where. Let's see. But at this point, all the cars are suffering from here. And let's remember that Alex, Loban, and Arrow all pitted on the same lap. So they should have, oops, theoretically, they should have similar wear. Loban with the nice, oh, does he have a problem? Does he have a problem? Is this out of gas? Or was that because he went out of bounds and he gave up his position? If so, that was very nicely done. Although he did give up a lot of time. But we shall see. We will talk to him after the race. Let's see now if Arrow can do anything about that lead that Alex have, which now sits at 1.8 seconds. Sketty is safely away. He has a 30-second gap to Chad, who is also safely away on for Alex. He has a 6. Oh, something happened. Chad was slowing down. He lost a chunk of time. He is now 5 seconds. He was 7, and now he's 5 seconds ahead of Alex, who is also lost a big part of his lead because he is now only 1 second ahead of Arrow. And here comes Arrow into the triple. Alex looks to be going a little bit wide there, but holds it. There goes Arrow. What about Loban? Loban is out of this fight with 5 minutes to go, unless these two commit a costly mistake. That is Loban with a P5. That is a little bit of a mistake. There we go. Here comes Arrow. They will take B3. Nicely done. Avoids the sliding Alex and gets away with B3. Very nicely done as we come up on 4.5 minutes to go. Does Alex have enough time to chase back that P3? No, he does not. With that mistake, I think, unless Arrow makes one mistake of his own, that should be it. Because he is now 2 seconds adrift. And we only have 4 minutes to go. 4 and 10. That will be about 3 more laps. And Arrow has 2 seconds towards Alex, who is 2 seconds ahead of Loban. Was that a slight mistake by Arrow in the entrance to that corner? Doesn't look like it. It looks like a healthy 2-second lead from right here. As our leader still simply cruising around, maintaining his very good speed, and just taking it easy for his last 3 laps. It looks like this is a win he will not relinquish. He is 25 seconds ahead of P2, so this looks safe and sound. Arrow also looks safe. He has a 2.6 second lead on Alex, who is in slightly trouble because he has under 2 seconds forward from Loban. But with 3 minutes to go, I don't think this order is going to change. I think this is about what it's gonna end up being. That's a slight off right there. Sketty is very slow last lap with a 151. That was a little bit too much. He is now 17 seconds ahead of Chad, who just did the fastest lap of the race with his fastest lap with a 37.01. Here he is charging hard. Sketty looks to be taking it really slow, and Chad is now 15 seconds behind. With 2 laps to go, this could end up being a close finish if Sketty cannot maintain his previous pace. He looks to be just babying that car out, which is not a bad idea because this car will become even more of a handful if it gets down to the bottom of the tire and brake wear. But this looks safe. That's a 14-second lead. So, and Loban is right there with Alex. So we can still see a little bit of a change. There goes Loban trying hard. Here we go. He's gonna have a chance. Once we get past McDonald's right here, he will have a chance. Alex is having trouble with this corner. His tires are probably shot. Here we go. Drag race into Shell. Loban has the advantage. Let's see who is the bravest on the brakes. It looks like they're both hit the brakes at the same time. Mike does take P4. That was a very nice move by Mike. Although Alex is still all over his back as we have gone into the last lap. We have under 1 minute to go, and Alex is going to have to risk it all on this lap. Does he have the tires? Does he have the brakes? Let's see as they come into the hotel for the last time. It does not look like Alex has the tire wear still left in his car to challenge that P4 from Loban. So it looks like this is what we're going to end up with. Sketty safely ahead in first. Chad in second, also very safe. Arrow, Loban, and Alex. Then Great Lakes, Jackson, and Matt all rounding up our order. We're going to have to finish this race with 10. We started with 11, remember? Although that 11 was me. So let's now join our leader as he comes home to take the checkered flag, taking Haman curve for the last time. Here we go. This is 2 corners away. Only thing left to do is the Zeppelin curve. He takes it all nice and clear, hits that apex for the last time, and here he comes home to take the win. Sketty wins. Nicely done. Chad has an off at the last turn. No one is close enough to capitalize, so that means he will take P2 after a nice recovery race. Arrow, here he comes into P3. Loban will take P4, and that will be P5 for Alex. Very nice race by these 3. Great Lakes is coming into his last lap as well. He is still a little bit far away. That will be Jackson also wrapping up his race in 7th place. Nicely done. And Matt will bring up the order. That was a very entertaining race, as we will ride down with our winner. He is in the pit box. This is Chad. Nice recovery drive by Chad. Great drive. Very consistent laps as he was chasing that particular pack with Arrow, Alex, and Mike. So that was a hard charging recovery drive. Arrow with the nice last step of the podium right there. That was uncertain until right up to the end. Mike also very steady after one mistake cost him his podium spot, but still kept it together and pounced on Alex when he made one mistake. And that's how Alex will finish. That will be P5 for him. That's Great Lakes into the pits. Jackson also coming with his car into the pits. So that will be that for this race. The next race will go on with reverse grid, but it will not be broadcasting that one. This was a fun experience. I hope everyone will enjoy it. And until the next time.